Hello, everyone. This is Grace. It is December the 21st, 2022, and we're taking a look at Zechariah 4 today. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, let's do a quick review. Let's go back to Zechariah 1. So, if you recall in Zechariah 1, this began it all, but it pointed out that this was the end of the 70 years of captivity. And the Lord and Zechariah was asking for how long would said hold on. I can't remember the words. How long would he be displeased with Jerusalem? And he said that he's going to turn away the captivity of Jerusalem and have mercy on them. And he's going to send carpenters and stuff in order to fix everything. So that was the first. That wasn't a very good description. I hope you've seen it. But basically, I wanted to point out that the 70 years of captivity had ended. I don't think it's 70 years. I found two other areas where it was 40. One was Ezekiel. I can't remember where I saw the other 40-year reference. But twice I've seen it referenced as 40. So I think that both 70 and 40 can be figurative numbers. So when you look at it in Daniel, it seems even shorter than 40 years. They're definitely going to go into captivity, but the number of years is unknown as far as from where I can see. I lifted my eyes. Oh, okay. So here is the judgment. So after, we already know the story from Revelation. After the captivity, of course, we go through Revelation 13, and then, of course, is the final judgment of the Israelites. And then, of course, they go through stand before the throne of God, figuratively, of course. No one needs to actually do this. But this is a figurative picture of the 144,000, the righteous living saints, going through the judgment. And then they go on to chapter 4, which is a picture of the 144,000 after the millennium has begun. So that's where we pick up at. So Zechariah 4 verse 1. And the angel that talked with me came again and waked me as a man that is waken up out of his sleep. I have to admit that this gives me, I don't understand how they can be shocked to meet an angel that they've already met. But this same verse happened in Daniel. I actually have it here. Hold on. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground, but he touched me and set me aright. Now, I'm pretty sure that this didn't happen twice in Daniel. I can't recall, but I think, I don't remember. I know that this is the same as, I don't remember what happens in Daniel. If it was different, then I can't recall how I resolved the issue. It seems like I did think it was that he did speak to the same angel and was shocked twice. I kind of came to that conclusion in Zechariah as well. Oh, let me read this to you. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground, but he touched me and set me aright. Let's read this. So he came near me where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face. And he said unto me, Understand, O Son of Man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground, but he touched me and set me aright. Maybe it's because it's Jesus. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong. Okay, hold on. Okay. So maybe it's because it's Jesus. I'm not sure, that he's just amazed and he falls to the ground, because it doesn't really say he's afraid. He could have just fainted in awe or something like that. But I couldn't figure this out for sure why he just fell out like that over an angel he had already seen and talked to, because it said he came again. Anyway, but we'll go on. Oh, it is Jesus, by the way. I think it is. That's the impression that I got, because he was speaking for God all through the previous verse. All through the previous chapters, he's saying, "Thus saith the Lord of God, thus saith the Lord of God." So, and said unto me, What seest thou? And I said, I have looked, and behold, a candlestick all of gold, with a bowl upon the top of it, and his 7 lamps thereon, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps which are upon the top thereof. Okay, let's draw that. Let's read it again. And said unto me, What seest thou? And I said, I have looked, and behold, a candlestick all of gold, with a bowl on top of it. So there's a bowl on top of the candlestick, and 7 lamps upon that, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps. Okay, so the 7 lamps are not atop it. There's 7 pipes, and then the 7 lamps, which are upon the top thereof. Okay, so let's draw it. So I have my color selected. So we have the original, and then there's the bowl. We know this is a menorah, of course. And then there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't make that very even. Let's just widen this one. Okay, well, it's not perfect, but it'll do. And then, of course, we need the bowls. I'm not going to draw the bowls. I'm just going to draw the light from the bowls as though there's light coming out of it. But we know the bowls are atop the candlestick, which hold the oil to light the flame. That'll do. Let's go back. And 2 olive trees by it, one upon the right side of the bowl, and the other upon the left side thereof. Trees. I shouldn't have done that first. I should have done the tree part first. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, so there are 2 trees. And so I answered and spake to the angel that talked with me, saying, What are these, my Lord? Then the angel that talked with me answered and said unto me, Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my Lord. Then the angel spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel, saying, Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. So it's the Spirit of God is what he's saying. Who art thou, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel? Thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it. Who art thou, O great mountain? O great mountain, that's speaking of the religion of God's opposer, Satan. You know, I think I found another name for Satan, Baal. I can't recall what my conclusion was, but I think I found another name for Satan, and he was called Baal. somewhere else in the Bible. Who art thou, O great mountain, before Zerubbabel? Thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone. This, of course, is Jesus, the cornerstone. The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner. Speaking of Jesus. Thou shalt become a plain, and shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it. Grace for the living, grace for the dead. Grace for the Israel, grace for Israel, grace for the Gentile, grace for the two witnesses. Moreover, the word came unto me, saying, The hand of Zerubbabel has laid the foundation of this house. His hand shall also finish it. And thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me unto you. So he is speaking to Jesus. Anyway, the hand of Zerubbabel hath laid the foundation of this house. His hand shall also finish it. This is kind of simple because we've already been through this in Revelation. We know what happens with the 144,000. The hand of Zerubbabel, of course, is the Israelite. Descended. That is from Babylon. No, that is born there. Zerubbabel, an Israelite. It's the descendants of Israel. It's the Israelite. We have laid the foundation as Israelites, and we will finish it during the millennium as the 144,000. Those who are of that group. The hand of Zerubbabel has laid the foundation of this house, and his hand shall also finish it. And thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts has sent me unto you. And we know that all of them will know that about Jesus. For who has despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth. Let's read this in Hebrew. Well, let's not read it in Hebrew, because I can't speak Hebrew. But let's read it from the Hebrew side. For who has despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel. 7, those, the eyes of the Lord, they which run to and fro through the whole earth. Okay, so let's go back. It's saying that the plummet is going to be in the hand of Zerubbabel, but they are going to have the judgment. Those eyes, they are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the earth. The 7 we know is all wisdom, but of course it's not. We have wisdom when it comes to our people, all wisdom, just as it was pictured in Revelation with the eyes on the inside but not on the outside or something like that. They weren't all over, but we had wisdom to judge. And what this is speaking of is what I referenced. Actually, they teach about this. I referenced it before when we spoke of hell, but they teach about it in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I haven't read a lot about it, but the way they teach it, as far as Sister White wrote it, was that, and I like this, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Doesn't matter if I like it. She teaches that when we review the book that has all of the sins in it, of course, there will be a judgment upon it that God has given to each person. And we're judging the people, but we don't really have to judge them, because we're all going to look at the judgment that which God has written there, and we're all going to agree, yes, you're just, God. You're just, and we agree 100% that is the perfect punishment for them. So even though we're judging, we're judging based on information that's already there. And we're just saying whether we agree or disagree. But we're going to all agree. We're all going to agree with God. But we are going to have input as to the judgment. We can voice our opinion. It's just that God knows what we want before we want it. So, hey, it just is what it is. For who has despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice and see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel. He now is the judge, but only over the people of Israel who have gone through the judgment. This is still the time of the Gentile. Those 7, they are the eyes of the Lord which run to and fro through the earth. This has all of the wisdom of what has been going on in earth only. Okay, and the people of earth. Earth being the church. Those that know the truth. Okay, we'll move on now. Then answered I and said unto him, what are these 2 olive trees upon the right side of the candlesticks, sticking upon the left side thereof? And I answered again and said unto him, what be these 2 olive branches which through the 2 golden pipes empty the golden oil out of them? And let's draw that. 2 branches that go through 2 golden pipes and pulls oil from them. Okay, we're on brown already. So we will draw a branch going up here. And the oil is going back into the tree. And the branch. Pulling oil from the tree. Pulling oil from the lamp. So we know the menorah is Jesus. We already know. We're familiar with this furniture. The menorah is Jesus. We know that it's the Holy Spirit from Zechariah 4. And the trees are the trees of Lebanon. That's us. And the trees that are standing are the 2 witnesses during the 144,000. And they are withdrawing the oil, the Spirit of God, through Jesus. It's the Spirit of God. We learned that in Zechariah. But it's coming through Jesus, who is the menorah, through the Spirit of God and Jesus, into the people of God, into the 144,000. So it's just saying that they're highly anointed during that time. Which we know this chapter, we know this book. It's still nice to see it in writing, but yeah, we recognize all of this. And I answered again and said unto him, what be these 2 olive branches which through the 2 golden pipes empty the golden oil out of themselves? And he answered me and said, knowest thou not what these be? And I said, no, my Lord. And he said, these are the 2 anointed ones that stand by the Lord of the whole earth. The 2 witnesses from the Old Testament and the New Testament, because the book is about the children of Israel. And they now stand by the Lord of the whole earth. They've gone through the judgment in the previous chapter, and now they are sent out to the Gentile. It was a nice refresher still for things that we've learned, and to see them all supported and restated in Zechariah 4. But we are familiar with this picture. So I will close out there, and I will talk with you in the next video.